All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, y'all. I am in. I'm in. Hey. Yes, 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 yes. I am in. I'm in, and I'm so thankful that I made it. Thank you so much, Auntie Tracy, for checking in on me and different ones that have called in to check in. Hopefully, everyone has made it through last week and the week before. And so, like, I'm just thankful to be back on another motivational Monday. Just note this is motivational Monday, and you are able to ask any questions that you may have since I've been gone for the week. I cannot attend. I had some really very, very, very important things to take care of, and I am going to share with you all some of what I took care of. Major surprise for me. I thought that I wasn't going to be able to accomplish something that's major that I'm going to share with you all a little later. To give some time enough to tune in. If you're tuning in, and just in case I don't see the numbers, with it being a Monday, and the my tech support just came through. I would have loved to have been able to be more consistent on last week to be able to let you all know, but sometimes some things do wind up taking me to a place to where I'm just not used to having to allow different ones to have to know when I have to make that shift, that core shift that I have to make in order to take care of very other, other important things that take place in my life. And so with that being I will that allow some of you all to say hi, greetings for Motivation Monday. I'm really thankful to be able to just be back before you all after a long week. Hey there. Hey, Sister Lauren. Thank you so much. Um, I would have every time I knock, like, I don't know what that is. That seems to be a distraction there. Um, and so I just wanted to make sure that I tuned in, because even though today I have a major, when I say a major, you all know how it is, and you're trying to do positive things. There's always going to be some type of resistance. However, this is where the motivation comes into play, y'all. This is where it comes into play when there are many distractions and well, especially unnecessary. Like, hey, bro, how you doing? Um, when there's many distractions, this is where you do not give in. This is part of the motivation part, where you don't allow you take care. You don't. You all take care of what you're supposed to take care of, what you are responsible for, but then yet and still you keep that motivation, that mind to keep moving and doing what you've been called and chosen to do. And unfortunately, that is the most challenging part for some individuals. It's just not one for me. It's just not one for me. Um, and so, hold on one second. I have to answer this one. I think my auntie forgot. Hey, auntie, I'm on live. Is everything okay? No, ma'am, not to my knowledge. Mhm. You're right. Mhm. Yes, ma'am. Okay. 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 I had to take that one because that is one of that's one of the examples of what I'm talking about. But it was so urgent, I had to take it because that that could shift my whole entire day. And so it's okay though. I'm like, I'm going to make it through the process, and that's part of motivation. That's a prime example. Um, no, I did not have the numerous keys. I know that shifts a whole lot for the rest of my day, and it's okay, y'all. Look, I know that if you all made it, the ones that's tuning in so far, you made it to this place where even though you have life going on for yourself, a lot going on. And then he took out the time to say, hey, let's support Dr. Shelf and let's see what she got going on. Then that right there is motivation as well. It's a different kind because everybody has some type of distraction. But when you learn how to prioritize, and I mean prioritize, what is most important in life, and it does vary from person to person, then you don't allow anything to stop you from doing what it is that you need to do. There is a law of responsibility, a order to the things that you are signed on to that we are highly obligated to. If you want to be seen and known and set the example for being responsible, that we do not supposed to take a renege on. However, there are many that do. And this is where I'm going to say it again, motivation comes into play because it's easy to take the low road out to try to get to the high road. For most of us, they taught us, especially as quote unquote black people, to try and get to a place where we feel like we got to always got to be slicking and sliding and doing something undercover in order to just simply do the right thing. And that is not the right way. You always, the law of nature, also the spirit will always catch up with you. And so at some point, no matter how great we think that we are, and no matter how great you may be in that we do, no matter how supportive you are to other causes and to other things, I've learned that it does not give us room or leave us with an excuse for not taking care of first things that are first, the things that are most important in life. Family matters, your health and your wellness, um, the things that you have committed to before money and opportunity come about. These are the things that motivate me to understand because I've been here on earth long enough now to see that only the things that you have truly committed to that will make a impact on those that you have been truly assigned to will last. And yes, some of us get that late, some of us get it early on, but I can promise you this much: what will really truly get you there and and have you in a place to where you're not constantly falling or failing at that area would be love. Love, a word that's often only used when it comes down to a man and a woman getting together or having a relationship or a creationship. And so but that's not the full definition of love. We have to learn how to have love for that we are responsible for, not just the relationship. Especially when our children come into play. This is the reason why we are all in. One of the reasons why I find that a lot of us are in the position where we are failing in family, we're failing. Hey, LaShawn, where we're failing in a lot of most important things that other cultural people are not failing at because they entered not just out of what I can get out of it or what or out of they understood that error was going to happen. They weren't quick to leave. They're not quick to give up because, and they understood that even with money, fame, and success, that that backfires and it does not last forever. Even if your name is written down in history, even if we see that just with what they've done with Dr. Martin Luther King and so many others. The truth is that it's obvious even with Malcolm X. The truth is it's obvious even with Elijah Muhammad. The truth is with Marcus Garvey. The truth is, I'm gonna get there, y'all. The truth is with all these great people that have done or that stood out amongst the crowd that we call leaders, is that what you do is you put your life on more display to be judged. Because especially if we don't practice what we preach, you don't have room when we boast in a place of making it seem as if we have answers to solving the world's problems. And it is so easy. I had to check myself in that area. It's so easy that when you're doing something positive and so good, and you get a few claps, a few amens, a few you did a good job, or even if you get hundreds, for us to get caught up in ourselves, and it makes us think that our job is all well done when it's not. The personal relationships that you have in life is what I'm learning to have to try and motivate our people. And these are the ones that affect your life the most. If any, but if no one decided to come on a motivational Monday and then heard anything that I had to say, the most important thing is what I do have going on in my life today that I have to, that I dedicated to before I started to come before the internet. Before I decided to come and help someone else, we need to take care of home first. That's biblical. It's all throughout the Bible. It's respected through every culture. And to this day, nothing gets more likes than seeing family and friends together, working together, making life happen in a positive and healthy spiritual way. We still like that because that's our original makeup. We can't even get to the original food and eating healthy until we really truly learn because we come from that. We just started. Think about it. We're not that far gone, or it's not that long ago since what the late 1950s and 60s. You all do the math. That's just barely 60 years ago that we just got grocery stores and started eating processed food. And if you all take the time out to do a little research, you can see that that was meant for the military when they went into war. And they had to, the scientists had to get together and take and make up food for our military people to be able to eat quickly, efficiently, because they didn't have time in the midst of the war to take and be cooking and preparing food. And they realized there's a market. Other people started to eat it. The community got to it. And before you know it, wherever there is something that can turn into a economical um, uh, wealth, they start to monopolize. So this was not technically the original plan, but where they saw that there was that people would want it, desire it, meaning something convenient. They somebody with a clever mind. I didn't say a righteous mind. I said with a clever mind took and said, now we have recently made this process food for our soldiers so that they can be able to have something in a package to eat it. And if you all realize it, a lot of them back then in the military, I come from military family as well. And I'll tell you now, they would tell you the food was hard. It was sloppy. But because they were hungry, they ate it. They knew they had to have something on their system, something in their bodies. And so, how is it that we get to a place where here it is, we can go out and garden, and our grandparents could go out and garden, pick food, and eat the greens and not complain whether they were the ones that were doing the taking care of the crop or not. And it was good, and they were stronger, and they were healthier. How is it that it was good enough for them? And here it is. It's safe to say that most of us, Shalom, how you all doing? That most of us that had grandparents or great grandparents love to eat grandma cooking if she and she was strong and more healthy and vivacious if she wasn't in a toxic environment. How is it that it was good enough for them? They live longer than what we have. We haven't even made it to it yet. I'm talking about us in our 20s, 30s, and 40s. And you can say 50s too. How is it that the food was good enough for them? But now that they've changed it to processed food, genetically modified food, which we know is GMOs, that all of a sudden I told them to manipulate the taste bud. So I've asked it so many times before, you all. Hey there. I asked it so many times before. If with this dilemma with me, and we can even take you dinner, y'all, with cakes and pies. I don't know about y'all, but I've come across growing up with bakers, I've come across times when the cake didn't taste that sweet. Don't add no extra sugar or honey up in that cake. And let's see if everybody want to go and attack that cake. Don't add no sugar or no honey inside of that cookie. And let's see if you want that cookie or that cake. Don't put none in your chocolate. And let's see if that chocolate, let's just eat the raw cacao. Yeah, I know nothing about that. Some of y'all do. And some that may tune in later will. But then all of a sudden, you have no desire. The first thing we say is that's nasty. So it boils back down to the herbs and the spices and the seasoning. The herbs which were meant to be, that was originally placed here for the healing of the land, for the healing of the people. The herbs is what made the sugar, the original cane sugar from the core of the earth, from thousands of miles deep from the earth that was originally dark. You all have seen sugar canes. If you haven't, Google it. Those who are to tune in, it's dark, it's black. It looks like a long stick, a thick, ugly stick is what we call it. Some call it the staff, the rock, a staff. You can walk around with it and use it like a cane. That's why they call it sugar cane. Because it literally is made just like a wooden cane that you use to help hold yourself up. Well, there was healing properties in there. This is the reason why I have recommended the black strap molasses to a lot of you, all the sulfur kind, not the sweet kind. And you see how powerful that is all by itself. You add that a tablespoon or two to your water. And there was some black strap molasses, older book written back in I think 1930s. I want to say I could be wrong, but if you Google it, you'll see on black strap molasses and how they ran so many. Uh, they did research with how they help heal the body. So coincidence that it came from the deep part of the earth and dark, it's dark like this look at dark brown with a little strange little taste to it, dark brown like these pictures in the back of me, lot loaded with melanation. But yet they give us all the energy in the world. It helps with the digestive system. It helps regulate and make good bowel movements. It helps give the proper amount of iron in the body, potassium, magnesium to the bones. And you wonder why you can't go to the South. I don't know about y'all, but got a lot of people from the South, Alabama, Mississippi, and they're stronger than the ox. I got a grandmother from my step-up dad, 80-some years old. You don't want to have a arm wrestle with her. She's gonna take you down. You're gonna feel like you I don't know if some of y'all ever watched Martin Lawrence show and he had that one guy on there, Mr. Cleotis, I think his name was, with the you can see it on YouTube. He had the little gray wig. He's talking with the pot belly. He was the security guard every time he want to come to the back. And he took down the real Muslim guy. And see, everybody found that to be funny because he's an old man. But the truth is, them people that's raised up on that earth and that land, and any of y'all know from the people from the South, is that That man 9 times out of 10 could take out that big muscular man. I'm telling you what I know. And he grabbed him and did the arm thing, and they was playing around, but he would go and he would put his arm to him and he said, I'm getting ready to take you down the ball. I'm getting ready to take you down. I'm getting ready to take you down, ball. And he took him down. Yeah, he went away with puffing, huffing, and puffing because even though he clearly looked like he's 70, 80 some years old, he done took out this muscular young guy. And so I know the out here wanting to motivate our people to think, you all this because we don't come from that era, but technically that's not true. You do. You come from the DNA of those people in that time. We do. This is the reason why this is interesting to us now. And we don't even realize it because a lot of, unfortunately, hey there, Sister Edna, hey, blessings, peace, love, and good health to everybody. Um, this is why this is so intriguing to us to want to be healthy. We realize that most of us are more weaker than our grandparents and great grandparents. For those of us who got a chance to meet them, we realize it, and so we want to know. Some of us remember it. If we ever ate food from the garden, I remember picking the peach tree from my uncle's garden and tasting the peaches that he had grown right next door to us, versus versus the the peaches from the store tasting hard and rubbery. I was like, no, I'm thinking I'm gonna sink my teeth into a real good, juicy, tasty, sweet, and tangy peach. When no, it's different. And even as a child, I was like, why is the one from the store that we gotta pay for? Why does that taste hard and like rubber, like I'm biting into an apple, versus the one that's on the tree that my uncle done just grew? And of course, I wasn't tasting how long it took me to grow it, but I just remember the taste, how juicy it was. And so I just want to motivate and give you something to think about on this Monday, to carry you on through till next Wednesday. This upcoming Wednesday, for Wellness Wednesday, I do plan on being back and to have us all just think back to be able to move forward into the present so that it can help us to be more wiser in our future. And not only that, just like some of us remember how significant and how important, and when times were a lot more better with us having access to original things, how we need to share that with our youth and our next generation. And so I look forward to, even now, I will be creating another cookbook, a more original one, or some of you all have this one, but it'll be these ingredients and others that will be in there. So that will be out soon as well. Um, the colon cleanse. Thank you, Sister. What's it, Sister? Different ones. I appreciate you all for texting and calling. Let me know that your orders made it in. I did have the desire to overnight shift since I had issues with the boxes. So my apologies to anyone that were wanting a little sooner. However, I had to get what was the feature. I just didn't want to send it out in the regular boxes. I wanted to send it out in style. Yeah, I did. And so thank you. I think I seen Sister, one of the sisters, Sandra, that she appreciate her, and Sister Tyra Shalom, Dr. Shelf, thank you for the knowledge, patience, guidance, and love for helping others to be restored to health. Shalom to the family and friends. Thank you so much. I'm thankful that you shared what you shared with me concerning your mother. I'm just so grateful that um, I was blessed to have a mother that showed me what it meant to care for another mother's child. That showed me what it meant to care for another mother's mother. And so I don't know how not to do that. I cannot take no credit for it at all, except for I just see the joy and I see the peace that will come over the faces with my mother and the same for my grandmother. And so I was blessed. Same for my great grandmother. I was blessed to get a chance to see that. And so it's no more than my reasonable service, my humble, reasonable service to give back. It's just that simple. And yes, I am doing it in a more naturalistic way. Hey there, sister. Um, I'm doing it in a more natural way than what even my parents did. But nevertheless, that is the way it's supposed to be. I'm motivating my daughters. And I already have my youngest one, her birthday, she's 19 on the 19th. And then my other daughter will be 23 on the 24th. And then after that, September, my son will be 24 um, in September. And of course, you all know my firstborn, Jay, she would have been 25 on uh, 17th of September. And so I'm just thankful that I was able to share with them. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best to plant the seed in them that know what you do. You see what I'm doing? You all are going to do it there. It don't matter that they're trying to figure it all out on their own now. This is the generation that we have where you gotta let them freelance some. You gotta let them learn how, like we had to learn. Sometimes they may have to suffer a little bit too before they learn because they got all this other information coming out to them, just like how some of you all tune in and I hear you all ask the same question. Hey, Uncle, my Uncle Elder Bass, and hey, that's Sydney. Good to see you all. I'm letting them learn what they feel is comfortable for their own bodies too. And yes, it's challenging when you are a mother and when you're a natural. It is very challenging to sit back and watch them in their trial and error and be like, okay, so you're going to get jelly in a natural jelly in your smoothie. Okay, even though the fruit is already sweet, huh? Okay now. Most I can say to them is that, you really don't have to put organic jelly in your smoothie. But I had to take it in the place to where I'm like, okay, at least they are applying fruits to their system. At least they are applying the fruits to part of what they eat. My son had a thing where he would try his own vitamins. My other daughter, she's the workout queen, the one that looks like me, favors me a lot. She's she likes to do her own workout regimen. They all got their own thing going on, and I'll just sit back watching. And I thought about it. I say, is this how God, how the Most High see us when He's laid out a plan in black and white, while His Spirit has endowed on man to give us instructions, and we have a history to where we saw where we were growing the food. We know the history. We know when the first store and that gave us processed food. You can Google it now. That a lot of our people wasn't falling sick from any and everything under the sun. We didn't have 100 different cancers. We didn't have all this array about fibroids and all this inflammation, all these different arthritis and muscular diseases and nervous conditions. You would have had to be gone to war in order to come back with something. But yet and still, we still want to try our own thing. We still going to do our own thing. We've even gone as far as to try to get degrees to become scientists and biologists and chemists and recreate the natural orders of things, basically saying that God, the universe, did not give us what we truly needed. So let me change this. Let me critique this. Because I'm a little God, as the scriptures say. I'm a little one. And so I know more than what the universe and what God has created. I know more, woman. Let me go ahead and try and critique this. And we ain't got it right yet. We ain't done better yet. We got caught up in it. what some call Yeshua HaMashiach, say, "These things ye shall do and greater." But did we ever take out the time to think about what the greater was? Meaning you can get more people now that you got a certain, now that we are on social media, more people can see you. The problem is people would have to travel to come and get the word into you if we didn't have the internet. Now thousands, hundreds of thousands of people can find you, and you can throw out a record that just may happen to help a lot more people because it's billions of people, but we know billions of people are not on the internet. However, you still have access to get information out more so. So in that sense, you can. I mean, in the sense to where we are not truly laying hands on one another and healing the way it used to be done back in history and even before the biblical times, and then even now. Where has the energy gone, you all? So I like to inspire and motivate us to get to a place of understanding that that's in your DNA, to where as long as you restore back the temple, it's no different than when you clean your house. Have to clean every day. It's no different than when we clean our house, you all. Now it feels fresh again. Now it looks clean again. Now the walls look clean again. Now the doorknob is clean again. You restore it. My uncle and I remember they were taking, they refurbished homes. So did my father. So does my step-up dad. They build on things. Or it could take and shine up apart quick. Restore it. Well, guess what, y'all? If we're able to restore a materialistic home, and we're able to restore a vehicle, we're able to restore a wall, then understand where that originally started. That started with us. Restoration starts first with you, with your temple of the Holy Spirit. How else would you be able to have the strength to restore anything else if you don't restore yours first? Oh, because you have a tongue. Eventually, you won't be able. We won't be able. After a while, the mind will go, and you will hear what we see just going on now, where people are cutting corners and just throwing anything out. They don't want to take out no time to counsel and coach anybody anymore. It's become more about the money. And don't get me wrong, your time is your money. Everybody needs to make a living, but we all pick and choose just what kind of living that we want to live. So I'm saying that we're getting into a place now that this has become an industry in the natural health business, that now the local money is starting to go to things. And they say all day long, well, I'm here doing this because I care. What were you doing before you realized that you could sell a product? I know what I was doing. What were you doing before you could sell a product? That's what will tell me whether or not you were really about restoring and helping our people. What were you doing? I know what I was doing. I was taking care of the elderly since the age of 17. Well, actually, since the age of 15. I was taking care of children. That's not to put a toot on my horn, but I'm saying another person that care and love people and want to see people well. No, the truth be told, I've been doing this since childhood. I said to a few of you, the love just doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. I'm saying it's not good enough to have passion to see that there is a problem with our people. But I'm gonna take it back there again. You have to have compassion. You can't call me, and don't everybody call me out at once. That's why it's a good thing, I guess, that I don't have hundreds and thousands tuning in right away because they're gonna go broke. But you get the example. You can't call in and tell me that mama is not feeling well and she got a headache and we on a fixed income. And I'm trying my best. I done paid all my bills. I done this and I done done that. And I see that you have something that I need. And I have extra in the stock. And I'm not going to send that to you. I just went through it. Yeah, I'm here. Yep. I like the challenge. people that say that they love and care to give more. I like to challenge. Yes, I do. Because we're making a lot now. I'm personally not. I've just started selling my products, and yes, I do, y'all. The announcement is, let me go in for the announcement. Announces that the sea moss is on the way, you all. You'll have it by the end of this week. So whoever want to put in their orders for it, feel free to. It will be in the package. It will be posted $20 for the sea moss. You won't have to pay the shipping and handling. I got a smooth, good taste of this, a really good taste of the shipping and handling. In order for me to ship things overnight, they now they're going to charge you the postal service is going up to $30 to ship it overnight. To do regular 5 to 7 days, it'd be about would be just a few dollars. However, if I want to do priority, it easily tack on $12. And so, yes, for that cause, until I'm able to produce more, I don't mind not just showing you once, but on the regular, showing you how these things add up. But mine goes straight back into the products, not to pay for a home, not to pay for hotels, not to pay for nice shoes, even though I know we have the right, the way you put your work in, to do as you please with your income. However, that's my conviction. I'm not, that's not what I started this for. I believe that it will eventually get to a place where I can, but I know exactly what I want to do with my funds to increase. I want to help others start their own businesses. You all already know the foundation of helping people with mental disorders, with disabled young adults and children first. And then I want to have a section set aside. I'll put it out there on our way because it's going to happen to where I'm going to pair up with those who's already in the business of helping our elders and our seniors. I'm cutting it from the beginning to the ending. I'm merging it out. I will be able, I would say that. Now we say we will be healthy. I will be able to be the pioneer and making sure that our people that claim now that it's very profitable now that the industry is paying us to do these things now, not me myself, but others, to give back to our poor, to give back towards our children, not a distant. It can be done. A lot of times, I'm gonna tell you the truth, a lot of times what happens is we'll order up a bunch of stuff or wind up getting in some good thing and half of it's probably not even, even potent, not any good. But they're monopolizing off of the desperatness of people wanting to be healed. And it's sickening to my stomach. It's sickening to my mind. It is to my spirit that we can talk about what Big Pharma is doing and what the industry is doing. Yeah, I'm calling it out. Look, I'm calling it out. Anybody want to talk about it? But being, coming from where I come from, we don't play that. You just say you want to help. You say you want to heal. And I'm not talking to no one specific person. I'm seeing this as a group. You know, I make our money. We gotta make our money. Where's the last place I heard that? I'm going back to you can buy a bunch of things, and if you don't learn how to sell and pitch it right, yeah, there's a bunch of it just sitting up to the side, and it's people that's calling in fixed incomes that ain't got enough funds, but they want to be healed. How else are you going to? How else can they get better? My family will tell you there's not a family member of mine that's gonna sit back struggling, talking about something they can't, or a friend, or anybody that's gonna call in and say that I need this mom. She's down and out, and here it is, already done supported too. And I'm gonna put you on hold, knowing I got extra goods here, and I'm not gonna send it out to you, and I'm capable of doing it? Absolutely not. You don't care. You don't love nobody. No, 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 no. Wait, well, it's a business. It's our business that when we say that we love and we care, and my God, if we're calling ourselves children of God and of the Most High, and we got scriptures in our hands. My God, now notice it's not a lot of us are doing that. It's only a few. The more and more pastors and leaders, other people are taking on and realize, okay, yes, we need to pray into this. And I'm not criticizing that at all. That is wisdom. That is when you know your leader or whoever it is that you're listening to for your spiritual development does. But when you got room in the storehouse, what I'm saying, and stuff is just sitting up there on the shelf is going by, and the poor need it. They need it, and you will not give it, and it's able to help heal somebody. You don't care about the people. You don't care about the people. No, you don't. And yeah, this is a very unpopular. I'm not trying to make it for myself. This is just true, and I'm chastised for that. I don't want to be on a bandwagon just because something now has become popular for a trend to do when I've been practicing it. My family members did for me, they know my people like to send courses out that this is in my people. I'm gonna get there. I, I'm gonna came there to family reunion or a family gathering just a few years. He's having problems with his feet, and I was all dressed up and razzle dazzle. And I lightly got myself down there and feet and see where is it at? See, we got too much false humility is what I'm saying. That's out here now. You all need to be careful. Like and share with anyone that needs to hear this that's confused about what's going on. I'm I'm getting already not burnt out, but I don't like I understand that I have to be a voice for those who call in and to say that they have been taken advantage of financially. And nothing that they got is truly helping to heal their bodies, and they're actually taking, hear me out, they're actually taking it according to how it was stated to them. You cannot afford to be careless just because you don't feel like a herb or vitamin will kill somebody, and technically that is untrue. It can worsen the condition if you're putting a whole lot of fillers, artificial fillers in the body. It can throw off the molecular system in the body. It can. You can get in too much vitamin A, it can wildly cause you to go blind. Yes, you can. It's not common because people in our area, but you can, as time go by and progress, I can see where the poor, just like how they commercialize McDevils and Murder King and all these other that they're going to store now that the industries were taken over by the powers, so-called that be, they're pushing out, they're going to start pushing more vitamins from all these other companies that's been bought out. And it's still going to be you know who that's going to be the funders of this, but it will not be worth anything. It will not help heal your body. It will not help balance out your vitamin D level. It will not help make you longer strong. It probably will just for a little bit while they're finishing off, giving us more and more processed food, artificial seeds. And before you know it, we'll start dying off sooner than later. Again, let's take us back to the scripture. People are destroyed for the lack of knowledge. And we can't afford to be destroyed for the lack of knowledge. Hey there and there. Hey, shalom. And just peace and love to everyone. We cannot afford to be destroyed for the lack of it. You do better. And I'm going to say it, if you're not on your deathbed, you're not in that moment, you do better to wait before you go to you all that cannot truly afford to be constantly trying to keep up with your health and having to deal with the thing about the stress of not being able to support some of the stuff. I heard it all the time. I heard it now for the last few years now. You're stressing about I can't afford this, I can't get this, I can't get that. And we are quick because we are the number one consumers. Yes, we are. Let me state this. I do realize that we are. But that is the issue. We can't say that we have an addiction to something and that we won't do whatever we have to do to get to the addiction. But those of us who are healthcare providers and claim to be naturopaths or claim to be ministers that want ourselves, that believe in us supposedly helping one another with the health and wellness, then that means that our job is to understand that, see that, and give them what they need. Give them what they need. You gotta put on a payment plan because yes, you have to buy back. You have to pay. Most of us are not growing it out of your own garden and keeping it. Yes, it's doesn't cost much, but it does take time and work and effort. The boxes do cost in most cases. The postage does cost. The labeling, if you want to do it right, does cost. However, what's most important is that the people get what they need to help heal their body. Not, yes, you saw me do it how I did it, but the reason why I was able to go ahead and keep my price, and I hear people calling and say, "No, Doctor Shipp, we trust what you got is good. You need to charge more." Bless their heart. It's expensive. You gotta live too. Yeah, I had some, and I knew that they meant well by me. And they were right. But I was like, no, I didn't have to pay a whole lot to get no labels. I have to pay for my bags this time. When I do, I'll let you know. So I have to charge like that. And then if you pay once, they give you a bulk of them, that's it. I'm just one that believes in fairness. I'm just one that believes in fairness. I believe in us doing what's right so that the best seeds, the good seeds, so that your harvest, when it's time for the growth, that we really do what we sow instead of being placed in positions where we wind up trying to take on the spirit of greed of not managing things properly for its business and health and wellness, then that you wind up having to pay back more in the end because it's just the way that we cannot, you can't pimp God's gifts. You can't pimp really being a, and yeah, I used the term pimp. We're not supposed to be pimping in good way and then turn around and get mad when Big Pharma do it. Come on now. What you really mad about? Are we mad? Come on now. I like to challenge us to think. Are we mad that they making the money off of it? They clever enough to make the commercials? Are we getting upset about it because of, are we really getting upset about them killing off our people and tricking them? Or are we more upset now that we made a big out of it, that they doing better business than us? Which one? Because if that be the case, we would be doing better with coming together and working together to help our people. That's what I'm saying. So yeah, you all gonna like and share. And now I'm gonna say, yeah, most definitely like and share with those who are in this health field that you all know or trust and believe that they truly do care. And yes, this is a challenge. This is a challenge for the matters of the heart. And if it really truly means that we all are trying to help one another, then that should be a panel of all our so-called African American health and wellness people coming together, sharing their testimonies, putting our resources together to help heal our land, to help heal our people that who truly want to be helped and healed. And I'm not saying this out of feeling hatred towards them or out of no, I'm just wanting to raise the standard, the bar of what true love and care and compassion is for our people. One me or one somebody can do it. Yes, I can save a lot of people, but I can save much more with more of our people that work this. And I just met a sister that is also a naturopath and she's working and we're getting ready to team together and we're going to do some things. We're going to help save more people. So I'm not just talking this just to put it out there for those who are tuning in today. I'm actually going to do it, and I'm motivating you all to do the same. And that's how you know when you have the love of God in your heart and in your mind and in your spirit. I didn't think that I was going to get, uh, I held off you all, and I think I shared it a while back with a few of you all might have called, a few of you all probably didn't, but I held off which card I got because I got to a place to where because I known other naturopaths that had gotten their degrees and different ones and got degrees and had been getting that phone call and been getting challenged about what they could sell and what they could say and what they couldn't. And I did not want to be gagged. I wasn't going to be gagged. I said I would rather learn a different language. I mean, you're not going to stop me from getting it. I can do the truth of what they need. Absolutely. And I'm fear man. I only fear God. And so I got it though. I'm gonna share it with you all. It's here. It's here. And it's not a fake printout. Like so, my doctor is here. For those of y'all who's wondering, my doctor is here. And for the biblical, the spiritual, it is in theology, and it is a holistic practitioner. So there were those who asked, and this came as a total surprise to me after everything that I've gone through after loss of my mom. After it came from the loss of my mom, and I was going to give up on the program. I had to do it in secrecy because of I noticed that every time when I tried to take and lead any programs and different things, I would have to get up in the middle of the night. That I could see the distractions and stuff that would come. Hey, Auntie Flores, my Auntie Flores Hill is tuned in. I love you. And so I was like, wait a minute. I said, I'm not going to be able to do it, and I don't want anything to distract me from the consultations and coaching and things that I do have to do. And I did want to. I had I'm being honest, I did. I had a if I had gotten accepted the degrees that um, bring about too much pride and that it would take away from the spirit of humility because I see it with too many people. And I didn't like it. I'll just be honest, I just didn't like it. I didn't want it to get me to a place, I wanted to work, put in the work to not ever think that just because someone gave me a degree in something or acknowledged me in something that I ever felt like I didn't need to keep. And so now that I finally got to a place where I am, I do know that it's so much more to learn. It's so many more lives to help save. Then I said, okay, I can accept it. And they knew it. They said, well, you most definitely put in. And it just so happens that I'll be having a graduation soon. And my dean, he's an older, 70 something years old man. He said he was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease and going to get a second. I was God bless where I was able to help him. Right now, he is one of our clients. And so go figure, y'all. I don't know how long he has. I don't know what set appointed time that God has for him to stay on this earth. But I thought it's something he had, even when I'm 48 years young, thankful for it. And, and I noticed that when it had 48 on there. So I was like, oh, I said, it's just not. And so I'm like, wow, tiny, tiny, you all. But more importantly, I think that God knew my heart. He knew my heart. Thank you so much, Sister Sarah. Yeah. Um, he knew my heart. And I'm always going to say that because that's what it takes to really truly help heal our people. Yes, I have a lot of areas that I want to be able to perfect the time. I have a few all that I need to return calls to and get back to. And so I do want to say now that do highly appreciate every last one of you all that have been patient with me because I know how challenging life can be. I know it. I know it. I know it. I'm in the midst of it now. But it's just something about when you have a motivated made up not to give up. It's nothing that you cannot accomplish. It's just simply nothing. And you don't have to neglect. And I mean neglect. You do not have to neglect those that you are assigned to, those that you are responsible for to do what you are. Don't be silly. You don't have to neglect. It's just that we have to get places being lazy. And we have to get our mom. But Frank will tell you that this is a man that has raised 14 children, myself included, helped raise me as well, and all my siblings, and then other nieces and nephews, and other communities of people. And he did not let that stop him from working to sweat of his raw. And yes, he is pastoring now as well. So I grew up seeing that there's no excuses, you all. That when you have love in your heart and when you are dedicated to understanding where it begins at home, it starts with you first and then within your home. And then the order is to spread it about. That's how you leave your best, strongest, most honorable legacy, not the other way around. I never heard him complain and say, now I have heard him say he want to eat healthy because my auntie know how to throw down. She be up in that kitchen. We mean throw down. We just throw it down. But never heard him say that he wouldn't take care of his children. Never heard him try to put all that on my auntie. Never. I've seen him frustrated before. I have. I've seen him frustrated before. And I've seen him need drinking water. And I wanted every chance I got, I'll go get him a cold drink of water, seeing him work. And so that's what I grew up seeing. And I have a standard. That is what I have in view of what a man is. My father is the same way. I didn't know just how much he kept the community until he passed away, my biological dad. People just coming all out the woodworks. That you all know your dad used to cut our grass every morning. The elderly. No, 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 he's a good man. He did this. I'm going down the neighborhood where he lived because I hadn't talked to them up until this point. No, he did this, he did that. No, he landscaped all of my Chicago. No, he used to pick up our food for us. I'm like, my God, how do you have time to do that at work? That's what I grew up seeing, you all. And my mother's in with the counselors and checked on the homeless, took care of them, hospital ministries, things like that. That's where I come from. So even though they were failing in their own health, you all, yes, I do understand that it is good to help others, but guess how much more work they could have did if they had taken care of themselves in the midst of that. They didn't need their families to do it either. They didn't make excuses and take on the Adam spirit, that woman you gave me, or didn't take on the Eve spirit. Oh, but the serpent did it. They didn't do that. They didn't do it. Let's just be real about it, y'all. So I like to motivate you all to start where you are. If you haven't started, start where you are, one thing at a time. And my auntie knows she's the same way. With my uncle Clyde was the same way. Look, start it. Start where you can. If you fell off for the weekend and eating too much junk food and eating this and eating that, then start today. Well, okay, well, I got off last night. So what? Get back on track or get you some fruits, get your smoothie, get your salad this afternoon. Put that leftover chicken and all that stuff to the side. Well, I don't got that. I'm going to get up and go out, make a phone call. Don't make any excuses. Some of y'all got stuff stacked up, all these natural health products stacked up in your home for a rainy day. And you know your vitamin D level is low. You know you need that B12. You know to take it today. Start today. You have to start somewhere. When you introduce God's temple to that is good for it, it will ask for it. It will speak to you and let you know what it needs to nourish the body, to nourish the mind. It will let you know. And if you're in a place where you say, well, you know what, my body not let me know, then that just lets you know just how much of dis-ease the body is in. That's what it will let you know. And so that's why we have to get to a place where we are not making excuses just because you're not at this perfect regimen. We're not at this perfect place. You gotta stop making excuses and just do. Said it to you all as a just do it. Is not supposed to be just a slogan. It is supposed to be something that we just do. All right. And so for those of you all that still need to order your I think most of all the artists who came through, if there's anyone that ordered that have not come through yet, you can say that I'm waiting on my order. I think I only had one person who said that they hadn't gotten theirs yet. Just note I have the moringa. It is $15 plus shipping and handling this week. I could do it last week. I couldn't do it at plus shipping and handling. If you want it priority set to where you have even more better tracking, then that's $12 extra. Then via text me at 618-388-8100. Again, via text me or call at 618-388-8100. And the reason why I said text is because a lot of times I'm just busy. And then I have our colon cleanse, y'all, that gets that started. I am learning and seeing that there are those, I tried it, as you all know, I stayed on it and tried it for myself, and I am seeing where it helped the bowel movement move a lot faster if you want to take two tablespoons a day versus one, for those who all who want a more quicker process. I did have to share that with one of my clients that called in and they got theirs and they were happy for that information. Because as you know, all our system and all our bodies is different. It's different. You get two of these for the price of $20 plus shipping and handling. If you want your stuff shipped overnight, then that would be extra $30. It's up to you all how you want to do that. But I recommend if you want priority, you want it shipped within the first day or two, with this being Monday, I would be able to send out starting tomorrow morning another shipment out this Tuesday for those who all who want to place an order. And if you want to order in advance, it will be $25 for the sea moss. Did I say 2025? Please correct me. I'm trying to remember. Um, $20 for the sea moss for those who are going to order that in advance as well. Remember, all of my foundational proceeds are going towards building the foundation. We want to get to a place where I want to get up to $20,000. Yes, to be able to help and give back to parents and family members, loved ones, helping the children with autism, developmental delays, young adults where I'm able to give them vouchers and things to help them with vouchers and things to help them with their with getting their children and young adults on a more healthier path. A lot of them are prohibited from working, and what they are given to take care. I know what they are given. I went through years of not having to being able to work outside the home to take care of my daughter, and went through the whole disability route. So I know what I'm talking about, you all. And they give you $500 or $700. That's not enough when you're talking about dealing with special needs children and others. It's not enough to be able to. They go through that just food. That's not enough to pay rent. That's not enough to take care of mortgage, to take care and buy pull-ups and whatever their situation is. That's not enough, you all. They need help. They need help. And even for our senior citizens that's on fixed incomes, we would like to believe that all our people buy whatever they want, but that's just simply not true. That is a very narrow-minded way of thinking. I know because I've been in the homes of people, I've been working with people for years, and I've seen what they do and what they got. enough to be able to know. And yes, referrals will be at some point implemented so that not taken advantage of. So you all don't have to worry about funds going to waste there. I will go along with those giving testimonies. So when we get to the place where we start sending out to see the gratefulness of people's face that help them get on their healthy regimen. Because the problem is that it's done gone around and been spread. It's so much that it's expensive to be healthy. It costs too much. It costs too much. Well, I'm going to break through that myth too. No, what costs too much is your addiction. And anytime you are addicted, you are out of control. That means you will not manage your money right. That means you trust me. I know I've seen people be addicted where they spend up to $120 on one meal and then turn around and want another meal just because they're addicted to sugar, salt, yeast, and then turn around and charge people for it with their business. It just flew my mind. I said, I'm not gonna call out any names of nobody, but I was like, excuse me? And then turn around and justify it with the fact that some people got money. Wait a minute. But they got children, they got family to take care of. Just like you say, just like we say for ourselves, I got children, I got family to take care of. So no. No, we cannot take on that mentality, you all. So this is the reason why I want to be able to get to a place. This is the reason why I charge, is what I'm trying to say. I didn't start this off with grant money and all these other things. That doesn't mean that I'm opposed to it. It's just that I don't like being controlled by entities where they're trying to get me to a place where I focus more so on money than I am about just doing the work that Most High has shared with me, told me to do. Because people say, get started, just do it. That's all I mean. Just do it. Just do it. I'll send you the help that you need to critique and to perfect it the way that you do. But I need for you to get started. And so that's what I'm doing. I got started and I waited patiently enough to get with the right people that had the best of the best products that I know of. And for those who all want to call in for business opportunities, you can call in or take via text into that number as well, the 618-388-8100. You can text in whatever business idea that you think that would be helpful. I am very open to them. And I am also open with working with other naturopaths and those in the health and wellness field that you think that will help with our people. I'm very open for that because I know I've had questions about it. And so, yes. And then, yes, Sister Lauren, I, I would, if you're still on, I'd like you to give me a call. But I'll say tomorrow morning, this evening after this segment. I do have a very, very busy schedule. I have to take care of some urgent business. So I need you all's prayers that I make the wisest decision on what I have to do because it's a need. I don't take no pleasure in having to be in a position to where I have to take care of business that does not affect the health and wellness business. I mean, taking care of the people. But every now and then, you get a lion or something that's get up that they want to challenge. And I try to explain to them the challenge is not for me. The challenge in me, and I'm trying to stay focused and doing my best to stay focused on helping our people. You're actually challenging the Most High God. You're not challenging me. You're not challenging me. Or you think because I got all this buku of money that you're supposed to try and get it to me. You don't have to do that. But so that's what I mean by I understand the spirit of greed. And I fight against that. It's not really even a fight, really, honestly, for me. It's just something that I just understand that this is a world that we live in. Is that when we think that you have a lot, they automatically expect a lot from you. They don't take out the time to count up costs at all. I say this is the reason why I don't have a problem with selling the home. I don't have a problem with switching out carbs. I don't have a problem with that. I just want to make sure that when I do these things, that it's not affecting the work that I have to do with other people to the point to where I'm making the wisest decision on the timing and how I'm. And that's what you all have to focus on as well. We know many distractions is going to come when you're doing a great work, a good work. And a great work doesn't necessarily mean being before this internet. The great work is mostly always behind closed doors. That's the truth of the matter. When we have consultations, we're not having consultations before the internet. We're doing most of our talking, helping with the healing of the body behind the scene. If you called in and you say, "Well, I need to call," it's like I just spoke to one other sister, she didn't have to pay for her consultation. She didn't have to pay for it because she's in the coaching section right now. And it wasn't because she wasn't willing to pay. It was because I understood that there was more that she needed to discuss. And so I'm not trying to put her in a position where she's not going to see this as a revolving bill every day for her to the point to where it's bringing her dry. And now the stress of paying for it is starting to make her sick. Everybody's situation is different. And we are held accountable for those of us who claim to love the people and claim to be here to help someone heal. Understand that it starts with stress in the mind first. Healing starts in the mind first. You could tell somebody something, but until you make it plain enough to where they're able to understand it and apply it to their life, it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter until you're able to get to a place where you can persuade and convince to go ahead and do what's best for them, eat what's best for them, listen to what's best for them. It really doesn't matter. I've had many drug addicts when I was working in a facility that would come to the class, but if I wasn't speaking in a manner or showing enough love and understanding in a manner, then there would be some that would. I watched them with the first instructor. They would leave out because they understood that they were getting a watered down version of counseling to help them with their addiction. By the time I made it up there, even though I had never wrestled with drugs outside of sugar or had ever been on any long-term amount of medication or anything, I've tried Advil before, I've tried Tylenol before, I've tried what's the other one? Ibuprofen before when I suffered from horrible cramps. But other than that, when I was a teenager, other than that, I've never tried any other drug. But the results that I even had from that was enough to make me understand that this is not for my body, and my body wouldn't respond to it well. You get blood clots during cycling. And so I realized that early on at 18 years old that something was not right. And even though I'd already graduated, was in my nursing class and health occupation class, going straight into college out of high school. And it already had aced that as a straight A's. And it didn't ever say that in the textbooks that these things could cause this condition. I had to learn that through trial and error. And then later on, they started sharing that type of information about what it could have been on the market now long enough for us to be able for someone to get to a place where they would link the side effects. But you have to be in tune. Your mind is what I'm trying to say is that when we are all taking on these positions where we want to help our loved ones and we want to help others, then we have to do our homework. Okay, I do my candy, and I'm definitely with you. Um, we have to get to a place to where we ask the Most High to help us to learn how to efficiently communicate that to our people in a manner to where it's not going to cause them any mental distress or confusion of what it is that they should do. And there is no one set way, no one particular set way, but all our different multiple complex DNAs and different areas that we are in, that we live in, that's been proven to help heal everybody's body. Because since that question's been asked, I'm putting it out there. Yes, that is true. there's no one way. It is proven that certain things are healthy fruits and vegetations that we have been known. There's a long list of testimonials from since before I was born, and many others that we give credit to for being naturopaths that's been here way before us, that's been proven to be to help heal the body. But there was no real strong documentation there that showed that they did this, that, and the other for a certain period of time that led them to full recovery of all of their diseases. And so that means that each individual have to take out the responsibility and motivate you all to take out the time to focus, to try to know your own body and understand that no, you cannot take on a whole bag of cherries. It don't work. No, a cup, a few of them, a few times off a week. Why, Dr. Shell, will get into that on another set and call in for your consultations more so that you can have, so that you can better learn your body and how the medicine foods of God works. And then don't forget for you all that need the moringa and understanding how powerful it is. This is the one that I've been waiting on for years. It helps to increase mental clarity. That's important. Normalize blood sugar. Some of us don't even know whether or not it's hungry. You know, if you're eating a lot of toxic meat and a whole lot of artificial things that's interfering, then you know that that's something that needs to be taken care of. Anti-inflammatory, it helps with stimulating hair growth. Yes, it does. Reduce wrinkles and aging. It also helps with increasing energy and enhances it. Vision improvement, which I can say that it's worked just so, I just thought about it, just for the record. I've been taking this for the past 2 weeks, you all. So I do have my own personal testimony. I just said thought about it. Wow. Okay. I've been taking this moringa. And because I've been coming before, what I told some of you all that have tuned in prior videos that I've done beforehand, that I didn't like looking before this internet, this screen to it, because it's horrible on the eyes and the visual. And I would get blurred vision. I started getting blurred vision. But I noticed ever since I've been taking a teaspoon of the moringa, that I noticed this past couple of days I have not had it. I say that's it. Yeah, that I have not had it. Go figure. I know it has to be that because I hadn't changed no other. I hadn't changed no other. I hadn't done anything else. I know it for a fact. And so that's why it's important to pay attention to simple regimens as well too, you all, because then you can identify when certain things that is declining in your health is actually being restored. It's when you don't, and I'm not speaking of if you have very good potent vitamins. I'm speaking of when we're talking about the herbs, when we're talking about cleansing the gut. And so remember, you do get almost a month supply of the colon cleanse for those who want to cleanse the colon. You've been suffering with diarrhea. Diarrhea because it's a form of constipation and or constipation. Then the colon cleanse helps tremendously with that. You can take that with pure juice and water, a tablespoon or two with that, and then go from there. Let me see. And so, yes, I'll have to close out now, you all, because I have to get myself started off. I love you all, and I have a major shift to make. I love you all, and know that you all are most definitely indeed in my love and prayers, and my prayers out. Father, we thank you so much for blessing us to be able to come before your people again. It's a motivational Monday. I thank you for my aunties and uncles and different ones that have tuned in. We thank you for keeping us from all hurt, harm, and danger. And we ask that you keep us motivated on this day and so forth until we meet the next time to take care of the temples and to live a good, healthy life spiritually, naturally, until you say, well done, my good and faithful servant. In the name of Jesus, we pray. Amen. Thank you.